Okay, so I'm taking my cake for the residents. I wrote this for you guys, just hopefully you hear something. um, I got to BTS when I was 19. I was terrified of myself, I hated myself, and all I could feel was guilt, shame, and sadness. I spent my whole life telling myself I was a victim to unfortunate circumstances. I thought the world hurt me and didn't think twice about it, so I went on to live my life as a hollow, bitter, soulless wrecking ball and felt my behavior was perfectly justified. I self-sabotaged like it was no one's business, and I hurt people in ways I thought I could never forgive myself for. I had to become fully consumed by my self-loathing in order to be capable of any ownership for the pain I was in. I'm fucking shaking right now, I'm sorry. After I pushed my mind and body far beyond the limits it was meant to, I realized I did not want to die. I actually wanted to live and just didn't want any part of the life I had. No one was going to come save me, and I had to be the one to do something different if I wanted different. 3 years clean is a big deal, but what's even more valuable than time is how the last 3 years was spent. My first year, I was in treatment, and I worked hard to show up, do things differently than the first time I was here. I started to like myself a little more and started to feel like I did deserve another chance. Then I ended up with a job in clinical. My second year I moved out. I was struggling internally and scared of stagnancy. I was extremely depressed and desperate to climb out of it. I decided to do what I saw other people who seemed like they had their shit together were doing. Get a sponsor, start the steps, find a therapist. I was brutally honest with them about everything and hungry for their feedback. I valued their suggestions and allowed them to guide me out of my self-inflicted turmoil. And my third year has been the hardest. But it is in this year that I've been able to see how much I've grown. I'm human and far from perfect, but when life happens and I start to fall into old patterns and behavior, I have the willingness to be honest, even if it's ugly, humble myself, own my part, and move forward with dignity and grace, as my sponsor would like to say. When I was fresh out of the hospital, sleeping on my friend's couch and trying to get a bed here, my friend told me this. All I had to do if I wanted to stay sober was stay out of my own way and take some direction. And it sounds simple, but I assure you it's not. And just remember that being uncomfortable means you are growing, and I hope that if you're sitting here feeling angry and empty, guilty, lonely, or nothing at all, and all you know is that you don't want to go back to the life you had, all you have to do to stay sober is stay out of your own way and take some direction. Thank you.